So, I recently got tagged in a post talking about how all conspiracies were against communists, and therefore all right-wing beliefs are a psyop. And I felt like it came so close to getting the point that I want to kind of make a video on this. So, what I have to say to that is, you're half right, okay? Most of the conspiracies of the 70s and the 80s were, in fact, second-order effects of covert anti-communist activities from the 50s and 60s, kind of. Where you lose me, though, is that most of the conspiracies from the 90s onwards, however, are the result of basically like an elite, hyper-capitalist, financial industrial network who kind of wants to create what could best be described as global Brazil. Alright? Bear with me for a second here. So, parapolitical left types will argue for the destruction of the West, whatever that may be, as if what the Illuminati, Shadow Cabal, New World Order actually wants is a United States full of independent, high-agency, prosperous people with a coherent national and community identity. No, that's not what they want. What they want is for the average American to be completely fungible and interchangeable with someone of any other nationality. They want no community, they want no national identity, for you to not feel safe, they want you to not know your neighbors, not share their values, not share their culture, not share their language. The only thing they want people to be able to bond over is, are you rich? Well, why would they want that? Same as anything else, power and money. It completely undermines collective bargaining. It lowers quality of life. People have, less ability to push back. It puts more people in competition for less. It creates the permanent underclass. It will entrench this massive wealth inequality forever. Why do you think Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were so involved in 4chan and Reddit, respectively? If you think that Epstein astroturfed right-wing ideology via the poll board, or Ghislaine Maxwell astroturfed left-wing ideology via r/World News or whatever, congratulations. They have played you for a fool, okay? Their goal wasn't to push either ideology, it was to capture and poison both. Poll was created to be a containment board for any kind of right-wing thought, and poison it with hate and racism and Nazism, to encourage infighting, and to push any anti-globalist sentiment out to a very, very nasty fringe. Likewise, Maxwell-era Reddit, like roughly 2010 to 2019, existed to neuter any form of pragmatic leftist populism, like, the growing Bernie movement, and poison the well. The most fractious of identity movements were boosted and any kind of class consciousness was suppressed. It should come as no surprise that both of these decisions were made in the immediate aftermath of Occupy Wall Street. I think because it scared the shit out of them. You see, on Reddit, any meaningful socialist voice or movement was stamped out and replaced with ostensibly socialist voices that were really concerned first and foremost with the atomization of any kind of national identity or community cohesion, and maximizing the number of people that they could pay less to work more with fewer safety regulations and no benefits. This is not socialism, this is a hyper-capitalist surf caste, and you guys fell for it hook, line, and sinker. These positions were drilled into the respective sides via artificial social consensus and moralizing scolding on Reddit, I've talked about this, and then rage-baiting and agitprop on poll. The left were poisoned with their own empathy. The right were poisoned with their own hatred. And if you think that Epstein was trying to push a right-wing or left-wing agenda, you have been played. He got your ass fair and square. So next time you find yourself going, what do you mean we can't import 500 African pirates into a town in Vermont? Or, it doesn't matter if they've been here their whole life and they're a well-liked member of the community. They're going to El Salvador. Ask yourself this question, okay? Do you trust this person enough to take part in a prisoner's dilemma with them? Well, you're in one.